For this problem, it tells us to look at the graph of y equals 3 over 2x minus 5 on a graphing calculator. And we need to figure out if there's an x-intercept and a y-intercept. Let's go ahead and do this algebraically. Class, how do you find an x-intercept algebraically? Yesterday we learned that you make y equal to 0. Let's do that. Let's make our y 0. How do you solve that? You could multiply both sides by the expression 2x minus 5. Or you may have learned this, make this one a fraction, and then you can cross multiply. 0 times 2x minus 5 equals 1 times 3. Class, what is 0 times anything? 0. And 1 times 3 is? Class, yes or no? Can 0 equal 3? No. No. We call this no solution. What's the answer, class? No solution. So is it going to cross the x-axis? The answer is? No. Let's do the y-intercept. Girls, to find the y-intercept, we need to make x equal to 0. Let's do that. So I have y equals 3 over 2 times 0 minus 5. 2 times 0 is? Zoom what? Zoom 6. Whoa, what is this? This is a new graph. This is called a rational function. Everyone say rational function. What is a rational function? This is a rational function. Rational just basically is a fancy word for fraction. Do you guys see the fraction? 3 divided by 2x minus 5. Okay, this is new to you. And you might ask, why did I title this a graphing failure? Because the graph looks like they're actually touching. Do you guys see that? Now the students that were struggling years past, they panic and they think when I say graph, they think copy from the graphing calculator. This is not correct. Okay? So here's 2 bits of information that you need to know. If you take a number, someone make up a number, 2, and you divide it by 0. Put that in your calculator. 2 divided by 0. Is the answer 0? The answer is, everyone say, undefined. In math, this is bad. Don't write the answer as bad. I'm trying to use some easy language. It's bad when you're dividing by 0. It's called undefined. Now let's do it the other way around. 0 divided by a number. What number are you guys picking? Someone said 0. Okay. 0 divided by 0. Put in your calculators. What's the answer? 0. This is okay. This is good. So this is like a basic fact that we're going to need for the rest of our lives. You cannot divide by 0. You can't have a 0 in the denominator, but it's okay if it's in the numerator. Well, how do we apply this now? In this problem, the denominator, are you following me? Can I use a different color? The denominator cannot equal 0. Write that. The denominator can't equal 0. Okay. You remember when those inequality signs you got kind of nervous about and didn't know what to do with it? Just pretend it's not there. So how would you solve for x here? Add 5. 2x equals 5. Now what? Divided by 2. Okay. X is not equal to 5 halves. What does this mean? if I put 5 halves in here, 3 over 2 times 5 halves minus 5. Class, how do you make 2 a fraction? Put it over 1. Multiply across. 2 times 5. 10 over 2 equals what? 5. 5 minus 5. 3 divided by 0. Undefined. Bad.
Oh yeah.
Okay? So, in our calculator, there's actually a line here. This red line. Does anyone know what that red line's called? Okay, let's draw a graph. I'll tell you what it is. Five divided by 2, what is it? 2.5. So between 2 and 3. Okay. I have this line here because x cannot equal 5 halves. Everyone say dotted line. Better be a dotted line. Your calculator doesn't have that. You writing this down? If you need it. This is called an asymptote. Everyone say asymptote. There's a joke that says, "Don't touch my ass in tote." The graph does not touch the asymptote. Why is this called a graphing failure? Because your calculator says they are touching. Class, my graphs in green, are they touching the asymptote? No, because you tell people, don't touch the asymptote. So, this is your first time that you've been introduced to a rational function. The big idea, it's a graphing failure because the student will fail at graphing on my next quiz if they just copy this because they think they're touching. Well, you just learned they're not touching. And we learned they're not touching because of this idea that at that every x value will be undefined there.